Well, the 78th annual Del Mar meet is almost upon us. The 36th-day get-together begins tomorrow, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Carlos and Lisa and the entire Good Morning San Diego crew will be live where the turf meets the surf starting at 6 a.m. 'Tis our custom to pester the boss man on the eve of opening day. Track president Joe Harper joins us now. Joe, this is meet, correct me if I'm wrong, is this meet number 40 for you?
Actually, it's 41, but who's counting? You know, that I used to be a photographer, so it's probably about the 50th meet for me, but it's pretty nice, I'll tell you that.
So right now, are you under siege or are you on opening day autopilot right now?
A little of both. The siege, of course, is all the friends I haven't heard from for a year wanting to take me to lunch and make sure that they get their table on opening day. So, but it's you know, it's like kind of like it's too late to think of anything left to do. So we just planted 20,000 flowers, cleaned the joint up, fluffed up the racetrack behind me, and we got 1,800 horses here ready to go.
So do all Hollywood A-listers have you on their cell phone? I mean, are you getting ready to take care of all the A-listers?
There's a few on their way, yeah. We even got Saudi Prince coming down on Saturday to watch his horse run. So, yeah, we've got even Desi and Lucy's daughters coming opening day, too. So it's kind of cool, and that sea breeze is blowing right here, too.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. You know, it's always interesting for us from a sports perspective to see who has the bigger opening day. You or the Padres. Weather's going to be great. Folks are flocking to San Diego for a variety of reasons. 47,339, I think, was the record in 2012. Can we break the turnstile record tomorrow?
Well, you know, that I don't want to look that good. I think probably low 40s would be good. Give people a little easier to walk around and make a bet. So I figure probably a high 30s, low 40s, somewhere in there.
We're looking at some of the opening day festivities. That would be a great number, so I don't mean to poo-poo it. It just horses maybe take a back seat on opening day to all the people watching. Can you describe the festive attitude for those who have never experienced an opening day?
Well, I think it's the greatest people-watching day anywhere in the country. When you think about it, I mean, everybody's here. Everybody's got a hat on. All the beautiful people are here. Some celebrities are here. Some athletes, professional athletes, are coming. We've got an interesting group.
You know, Joe,
but it's.
I always hear the big complaint, though, is there's just not enough pretty girls there. What are we going to do about that this year?
Yeah, it's really sad, you know. You just walk around here and just can't see anybody to stare at. No, I think we'll do okay in that department, yeah.
The Oceanside Stakes is the big day one attraction, full field of 14. Bowie's Hero, the 5-2 betting favorite. Being that it's your party, how much actual racing do you get to watch? Or are you too busy hanging out with those A-listers?
Well, I try. You know, I've always made it a kind of a yearly thing to walk down to the starting gate for the first race on the first day, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, it's you know, there's some media pressure, as you know, and just all the crowds and the fun. So I try to have fun on opening day and not worry too much about things.
You know, Bob Baffert's Arrowgate, the horse he's training, the number one ranked horse in the world, has taken up residence in American Pharoah's stall and on Bob's barn. For folks that want to see the horse like that, you know, this one-of-a-kind horse up close. I know the horse is running Saturday, but do you have any other options as far as seeing a horse like that close?
Yeah, I think, you know, it would be good to come out for our Saturdays and Sunday breakfast, you know, daybreak at Del Mar, and he'll be out on the track probably every day, and we'll certainly point him out to the crowds. But he's something else, you know. He's a real rock star, you know, over $17 million, and he's only been doing it for a little over a year. He's just amazing watching him win the last year's Breeders' Cup Classic, and he's going to be here on Saturday. He's going to be running in the San Diego Handicap, and he'll probably be really a big favorite. And then hopefully he's going to run again in our Pacific Classic, which is on August 19th, and then the big one in November 4th. As the Breeders' Cup.
Well, it's like you have my rundown. Normally, having a horse like that running your meet is a really big deal, but with the Breeders' Cup coming to San Diego for the very first time, is it hard not to kind of cheat and look down the road a little bit and focus on that?
Oh, absolutely. We've been focusing on it probably for the last 2 years, ever since they tapped us for our first Breeders' Cup, and it's a whole different kind of day. We limited the crowd to about 38,000, so it won't be too crowded. But the sales have been astronomical, and it's just the biggest day in racing history. We all think about the Kentucky Derby, but that's just for 3-year-olds. This is 2 days worth of every type of horse, every age, every sex, distance, short races. You've got it all rolled into these 2 wonderful days, and over $28 million in purses. You get the cream of the crop, and not just in horses, but people too. They come from all over the world, the UK, Europe, the Mideast. They'll all be here, so it's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting time. You're bringing up tickets. Are there tickets still available for the Breeders' Cup?
Sure. If you go online, breederscup.com, you'll see some available. Tickets are still on. A lot of the high-end stuff is gone. I know I had to pay $1,600 for my seat. There are no free seats, apparently, in Breeders' Cup. My wife said, should we bring the kids? I said, no, I'm not even sure I can afford to bring you. But, anyway, it's worth it.
Joe, getting back to the meet before us, it's more than just racing horses. Fridays, that track becomes the biggest dance club in San Diego. It seems like you guys have, one of your mission statements is to appeal to the non-racing fan too. Is that a conscious thing, or is that just something that happened?
No, that's something we started probably about 20 years ago, and I figured, when I asked people why they didn't come to the track, they didn't have a reason, so I thought, well, let's give them a reason to come out here. So that's when we went to our concerts on Friday nights, and some Saturdays we do family fun things and chili cook-offs and all that kind of fun stuff. So we've got a great lineup of concerts this year in a new improved concert venue area too. I'm looking down at the head of the stretch, and it's going to be super. There's a VIP area that you can buy into for $50. You can get real up close and see them. So we've got some interesting bands, and if you go on our website, Del Mar Racing, you'll see all the lineup. It's kind of cool. Even the Violent Femmes are coming out here for you.
Yeah, and I know you're a big fan. You have all their stuff. Joe, we're talking. We talk about you being an institution at Del Mar. How about Trevor Denman? I mean, he's been there. He's been there almost as long as you have. I keep hearing he's going to retire, and yet he always shows up. What's your best Trevor Denman story?
Well, Trevor, he's an amazing guy. I mean, I've been in this business for 50 years, more than 50, and he's the greatest race caller that I've ever seen or heard. And no, he's coming. He retired from Santa Anita a couple years ago. He called me up in his booth then, and he said, I want to tell you about my retirement. I said, you're not allowed to retire. No, it's just Santa Anita. I'm going to stay here at Del Mar. So he's just a great guy, and he cares about the horses. And he's an amazing guy because he calls the race as it's developing. A lot of guys will just say it's so-and-so is in front, but Trevor will see things. He's an ex-jockey, so he'll see things. A horse is making a move, or even before the horse makes a move, he figures he's going to do it. So he's one of a kind.
All right, well, we can't let you go without giving us at least a $2 tip. I know, I'm sorry about that truck going by. Give us a $2 tip. What's a horse to look for this meet?
Well, other than Arrogate, I think there's, I always tell everybody, bet the first horse on the first race on the first day.
All right. Well,
and I've never been right, so don't bet the first horse on the first race first day.
All right, well, I know you're about to be inundated by all the morning shows. KUSI started that whole phenomenon of bringing out a whole production crew. You have to be, well, you have us to blame.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I can't thank you guys enough. Yeah, I love it. You guys are here with all your finery on, and I always look forward to seeing the hats on the ladies and even some of the gentlemen. So hope you guys are going to wear hats, not just the girls. Okay?
All right. I suspect you're going to be up early for all that pomp and circumstance. Joe, we wish you not only a successful meet, I guess on behalf of all the horse lovers out there, we wish you a healthy meet because, everyone's... I know you guys go to great lengths to make sure these animals are safe, but racing's racing, so we wish you health for the meet.
Well, I thank you for that, and I think we will be. The track behind me, we've just spent $250,000 making it a little better, so hopefully we'll have a nice, safe year.
All right, Joe Harper. Joe, until next year, or until the Breeders' Cup. We'll do it again at the Breeders' Cup, okay, Joe?
It's a deal.